The BAME internship scheme was designed in 2007 to try and get people from BAME background into the PR industry.
It's just a great opportunity for people wanting to make their way into public relations.
I honestly don't know where I would be without that opportunity. I just haven't looked back since. I don't think I would be in PR if it wasn't for that.
Stuart championed it, and he kind of made sure that it was a quality programme. He mentored us properly and that we were fully prepared to go into the workforce.
He was so encouraging and so genuine, and he always believed in you, and that just spurred me on.
There's never been a time where I've had a question and I've not been able to go over to him and ask him a question. Even though sometimes he'd be down on his desk like this, kind of focused on his computer, as he often was, he always kind of put his head up and said, yes, of course I've got some time to talk, and kind of offer advice, how I should approach things.
One thing that always struck me was that even though he was director of one of the busiest press offices in the country, he always made time for our meeting every single week. And that was just something that really struck me clearly, like his kind of dedication to this scheme and to nurturing the people that were coming through it.
I felt that whenever I interacted with him, with the work that we did, the kind of diligence that he had, it was inspiring, and it made me feel that, you know, you don't have to let go of your morals or your beliefs or your ideals, that you can make a difference and you can still kind of succeed and have a positive influence, and that's what he had on me, and I hope that going forward that I can sort of continue my career in a similar vein.
Yeah, he gave me a lot. He gave me confidence through his trust in my ability, which was always reassuring, and he always gave me encouragement, you know, through the good times and the bad.
I was a bit lucky where I could spend time with Stuart outside the office. We both had a shared love for Arsenal, which meant that I knew he had good taste and was someone I could trust. And yeah, so we went to a few games together, and if any sort of journalist who's ever been on the phone to him and heard him get quite passionate and heard his fiery Scottish tones, he puts them to good use. He was singing, you know, cheering and chanting for the team as well. And normally in the office you see Stuart and he was, you know, impeccably dressed, but you could tell from his haircut that he wasn't quite a square.
So I think Stuart's legacy for the TfL press office will be, you know, a big team of hard-working people with big hearts, but ultimately very successful as well. Just during my time here under Stuart, we've won many awards for various different things, but obviously some of the best ones being one of the best, you know, being the best press office in the country. So that's quite a legacy for him to leave behind.
I think one of Stuart's legacies will absolutely be this BAME internship scheme, and it will be me, and it will be Sylvia, and it will live on in each one of us that goes through it.
It didn't stop at the end of the internship. It continued, and it continued for a very long time afterwards, and I always appreciated that.
And the interns and the intern programme and all the work that we'll do going forward, but also through all the people he's influenced and all the people he's spoken to, and I feel that as long as we have that memory, then his light will continue shining.
He was just more than a mentor. He was an encourager, he was a cheerleader, and I will always be appreciative of that.
He's a fantastic man, an inspirational man. It is difficult to talk about him in the past because I keep expecting him to kind of go past my desk with his long strides, heading for the kitchen to get his coffee. Yeah, I always remember him. Yeah. Stuart was a lovely man. I don't know what more I could say than what he did through the internship scheme has actually changed my life, so I'm eternally grateful for that. And yeah, we'll never forget him.